everybody, and welcome to part 3 of my auxiliary headlight install. If you missed it, in the first part we mounted the headlights to the front of the car. In the second part we made this cool little switch unit out of the stock ashtray. And then in this part we're going to be mounting this back into the car and wiring all the switches in. And then at the end we're going to test out the lights and see how they are. So I don't want to bore you with all the wiring stuff. I'm going to kind of speed through that whole process, and then when it's all done I'm going to run you through what all the switches do and kind of how I wired them in. So let's get straight to it. Okay, so finally got everything wired up and working. I'm going to kind of run you through how I routed all the wires and kind of what each switch does, and then I'll cut to some nighttime footage and we'll take a look at how the lights perform. So as I mentioned in the last video, we have 6 switches here in the center console. So our very far left one here is going to be for the high beams, the one next to it is the low beams. The very middle one is the running lights. These two aren't currently hooked up to anything. And then the far right one here is going to be our master power switch. And basically how that works is when it's in the off position like it is now, the lights will work as intended when the key's on, but when I take the key off, the lights will turn off automatically. That way the battery doesn't drain if I forget about them. Or I could leave the switch on and the lights will stay on when the key's off. It kind of just gives me a choice if I want them on or off. And then all the wiring for this switch panel runs down the center console here, up behind the glove box and through the firewall. And this is our little grommet here with the wires coming through it. The wires coming up and over. This is going to be the fuse for the whole system. And then we have our relay for the master switch right here. That kind of just controls the on or off. All the ground's there, all the power's here. This whole circuit is for the angel eyes. That's unrelated to the lights. And then all the lights, all the wires run down the fender here, behind the headlight, and they come through the grill, and they kind of split off into the two lights, but they kind of have this plastic wiring loom that comes up and through the bottom, and that's about it. It's not the most complicated system, but it did take a little bit of work to get all the switches and stuff installed. So yeah, let's cut to some nighttime footage and we'll check the lights out. Okay, so it is dark out now and we're here with the car. We're going to try out these lights and we'll see what they can do. So currently the only lights I have on are the running lights. You can see that with the dash lights right now. But I'm going to set the camera up facing out of the windshield straight ahead, and we'll see what each light setting does. So right now I have all the lights off. I'm going to flick on the first switch and this will turn on the running lights on the new headlights. So there they are. It doesn't make a big difference. I can't see anything really. So let's try the low beams. That's the low beams there. It makes a pretty good difference. And now the high beams. Even bigger difference. And just for fun, I'm going to turn on the fog lights. There we go. Those are LED fog lights in the stock location. And then I'm going to turn on the headlights. There we go, and that's all the lights I have set up right at the moment. And let's go outside and check them out. So from outside of the car now, I have the running lights, low beam and high beams on. The stock headlights here are off. This is just the angel eyes running at the moment. Just gonna step back so you can take a look at the light output. I'd say the distance from the car to that garage is about 25 feet maybe, give or take. And you can just see the beam going all the way to the garage door. I'm just going to put the camera down now and I'm going to run through a few of the settings just so you can see the difference each one makes. Alright, and that's about it. That concludes this three-part series about these headlights. I'm pretty happy how they turned out. I think I'll have to do a little bit of adjusting here and there to get them a little bit straighter. And then, who knows, maybe I'll add a few more lights, maybe a light bar. You guys will hear from me if I do. Anyways, thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't. We also have 300ZX and Super videos. You'll be seeing a lot more of those in the spring. So until then, thank you very much. See ya.